Hello people, once again I'm back at my annual WAPA Rally for you guys to watch, and we have something more catered to a lot of you guys on the channel. The all-new 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. I'm very interested in this because I've seen quite a lot of off-road footage with this, so it'll be interesting to have a first look. Hopefully we can get an extended look at this in the future, but this is a first look. So I think this is a fitting location, kind of wilderness, but this is the 2022 Outback Wilderness. This is in magnetite gray. There's some key differences from this than a regular Outback. First, these now have an approach angle of 20 degrees and because Subaru revised the bumper. And what's nice about these is that they made the bumper modular. So if you're ever, kind of on the rocks or something and you damage just this piece, you can replace just this piece. Same thing for here and the other side. Subaru also color keyed some of the important wilderness touches, like with the gold tow hooks. And also on the roof rack, those are tie down points up there. You also get a front and 360 view camera, which definitely helps off-roading. Now on the side, this is a little bit taller. Subaru also put taller springs to give it a little bit more suspension travel. I'm not sure how much that, really equals out to. They also added this body cladding, which you can see has been used up because this actual Outback has been off-roading quite a bit already. But yes, 17s, and these are Yokohama Geolander all-terrain tires. They're a decent all-terrain tire, but nothing crazy right now. You could see more of those, gold accents on the back as well. Subaru also revised the rear bumper, so you have a 23-degree departure angle. Ground clearance is 9.5 inches, so it has been raised from 8.7 to 9.5. So these have class-leading numbers compared to a CR-V or RAV4, even the RAV4 Adventure. Since we're already back here, the trunk has remained pretty similar. You do have this all-weather tray now, and you can drop the second row seats with these handles over here. But, this one, as equipped, is about $38,000. While we're in the back already, Subaru did put a new material on the seating, so it's water resistant. So if you have a wet dog or just wet clothes, they won't, get this thing messy. They also put this same material on the back of the seats, which is very nice so they don't get messed up. And I think, no, they don't recline. While I'm back here, I don't want to get the car too dirty. Legroom. This seat is kind of next to where my driving position is, and I have absolutely fantastic legroom. Fit my feet under the seats. You have heated rear seats and 2 USB ports back here. A lot of space. Headroom is also really good too. Plenty of headroom, shoulder room. Pretty wide in here. G70 whipping it. So the Outback Wilderness is based off of the Outback XT Onyx or just regular Outback XT. So this has the 2.4 liter turbo. Same one in the Ascent. It makes 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. It's a very good engine. I'm actually surprised with how quick this thing is. I'll talk about that later though. Just like other Subarus, I appreciate how the oil filter is on top. Kind of makes it easy to do a normal service, but there's another Outback. But I would imagine spark plugs would be something difficult. This, of course, does still have the CVT, which isn't bad. I'll talk about it later. But the low gear or low speed crawl ratio has been improved for, low speed and off-roading. Now, this is where the business is. So this is still a pretty well-equipped Outback. Let's get inside here. Kind of muddy, marshy. Let's turn this thing on and hear the 2.4 liter. Smooth engine. Let's listen to it. It sounds just like every other Subaru, honestly. But the interior of these new Outbacks are really nice. First of all, I wanted to talk about the seats before I got into it. Just like every other Outback, they're really comfortable, and you still have that same water-resistant material, which is so soft. And of course, it's a power seat. They're actually pretty supportive, and you have wilderness embossed into the seat. Now you can get in onto your rubber wilderness floor mats. The interior is typical Subaru. There's some hard touch plastics, some softer kind of rubber feeling materials. This is a nice looking material here. Everything looks nice. Something I don't like about the base Outback is that you get 2 screens, but this has the updated head unit, which looks very nice. Of course, it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, everything. Have a nice home screen. The sound system on these sounds pretty nice. Let's see. This is kind of overwhelming if you've never experienced this screen before. Luckily, there's not a crazy amount of stuff in here. It is pretty responsive, unlike some other brands. Well, when it chooses to. Something I'm not that crazy about is that regardless if you have, the temperature control buttons over here, you still have to go into the climate control in the screen. And so if you're driving normally and you just, need to turn the fan up, well, the button is over here. This has a different type of X mode now. X mode in this model lasts up past 25 miles per hour, and you still have the more aggressive X mode settings over here. And over here you have the front camera. I thought this was a 360 view camera, but look at the quality on that. The backup camera, well, that's neutral. The backup camera is just as, kind of dodgy quality, but at least it has something there. I could do without this and, just have like a nice little screen with CarPlay and have just buttons over here. But it is interesting. You have to turn on X mode in the screen? Yeah, because normal, deep snow and mud. Oh, so like the older vehicles, there's like a dedicated X mode button, which is kind of weird to me. The steering wheel is also typical Subaru. You have paddle shifters over here, which controls the CVT that acts like an 8-speed transmission. There's a lot of buttons over here. This is a lot of your driver assistance and safety buttons over here. These are your audio and voice controls, and down here, these buttons control the little information screen in the gauges, which there's not a lot to look at in here, so it's okay though. Something I like about Subarus is that when you press the brake and let go of the brake, it has a little animation over there. There's cup holders over here, center console, which is two levels. Armrest is pretty soft. Nice storage over here. Glove box. The basics. This one doesn't have a sunroof, which is interesting. I don't know if it's because it's a wilderness trim. Let's look at this here. I don't know, but I don't know if it's because it's a wilderness trim or what. Oh, this also has a skid plate. I forgot to mention that. Because it's a wilderness, it has a front skid plate, but nothing else. But yeah, no sunroof, which I don't mind it because you get more headroom.
Here's Jerry with a new car.
What'd you pay for it?
About $5,600.
Are you kidding?
Does it run on batteries?
What's it made of? Crepe paper?
Does it have a motor? Does it have a motor? Can I kick the tires?
Will the door come off the hinges?
Hey, guess what? It's a Subaru!
Oh, a Subaru.
Subaru!
Only one inexpensive car is built like a Subaru. The Subaru Justy. Inexpensive and built to stay that way.
Such a smart boy. Oh.
Okay, so behind the wheel of the Outback Wilderness, I have driven this for a few minutes already. I do have to say, just like all other Outbacks, this is really comfortable. The CVT is a little bit mushy. Well, the throttle response is a little bit mushy on normal driving. I don't know if there are different driving modes, but I don't really have the desire in this car to look for anything. But, this, just like all other Outbacks, is pretty easy to drive. Oh my, there's an HHR. It's easy to drive. The steering is light, pretty effortless. Throttle response is, something that most regular consumers would like. I'm hoping in an off-road type situation, in X mode, the throttle response is a little different. I don't want to use it on the road, just because I don't need to. But the ride is also very compliant too. The car thinks that something isn't there. That's okay. That's what a lot of these new cars with their technology. There was a twig or a nut we are going to see how the throttle is. Okay, so like initial throttle tip-in, fantastic. This, you can really feel the 277 pound-feet of torque. The CVT really does, you know, kill the performance of this car, but it's not terrible. I could tell, like, I'm gonna do it again. Maybe from, no, just like, at one point it kind of dies down and loses its gusto, but it's not bad. You know, for most people you won't really notice it, but I can definitely notice the difference in throttle response and transmission response compared to a normal automatic car. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't like it. If it just acted like a normal CVT, I'd probably be more fond of it, but this tries to mock. I'll say mock because it doesn't do a great job. There's nothing there. That's the lane departure warning. I am going to make a U-turn. We can see how the turning radius is. Not bad, not bad. And a little bit of a... when it does the fake shifts, it kind of is like, you know, huggy-buggy, or just kind of a little bit jerky for me. So that's why I just wish it acted like a normal CVT. I can feel the rubber bandiness still, but they have improved it. Wow, the lane departure warning, or the lane keep assist works pretty well on this. But I don't like how it makes fake shifts. But honestly, this car is more about off-road driving. Unfortunately, I can only drive this on the road right now because I only have, like, you know, 20 minutes at most. I am gonna get up onto this hill right now, and we can see, what a dummy. We can see that low gear crawl ratio, or just, you know, takes off just like any other normal car. Let's see here. The fake shifts are what killed the acceleration. If it was just, you know, acting like a normal CVT, how it just like revs and revs and revs, plenty of pickup, you know, and it would be smoother. But the fake shifts, which I don't know if I can change. This is cruise control characteristics. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm glad that with the taller suspension, there's not much more body roll than a normal Outback. It feels like I'm driving a normal Outback. It isn't much taller, but I can definitely tell. Why is this guy going so slow? I would definitely like to get my hands on one of these and take it not just to my little, you know, diagonal test, but I'd actually take it to a proper trail to see how capable the all-wheel drive system in this thing is, because there's a lot of people in the comments that talk about how well Subaru's all-wheel drive system is, and I know that, but after they've put the CVT in their stuff, it's kind of, you know, muffled its performance, and you can see that in TFL's Subaru videos of their Outback and Crosstrek. It's just kind of, you know, killed the performance off-roading.